Howdy, my friends. Welcome back. Today we are cruising through a neighborhood right here in Carlsbad. I'm going to talk a little bit about the housing up here. I'm going to show you kind of where the trails are in this neighborhood, where the shopping is. I'm going to show you where like a nice, huge, big park is. So if you are thinking about moving to Carlsbad, specifically like southeastern Carlsbad, basically if you think Carlsbad, like downtown area, the village area, this is the direct opposite corner of that. So we're cruising through right now La Costa Oaks South. La Costa Oaks as a whole is a huge neighborhood. There's a lot of different miniature neighborhoods within La Costa Oaks. All started being built around 2004-ish. Different developments at different times. Right now, this little part of La Costa Oaks, houses are about 3,000 to 5,000 square foot, give or take. And price points in here, you're looking about 2 to 2.5 mil. During the last run up in home prices over the previous year, some of them did get into the 3 million price range, but it's kind of slowed down a little bit. So let me show you around the neighborhood. We'll kind of chat as we go. As always, if you are thinking about moving out here to North County, San Diego, you have questions, you need help, hit us up, call, text, email. That number is popping up right now. We got your back. We're moving in and around North County, San Diego. I'm Chris Erickson, real estate agent with the Beach Life Group. Let's go check out La Costa Oaks, the surrounding Carlsbad neighborhood, and let you know what it's all about. La Costa Oaks is just one of the many neighborhoods up here, right? Kind of on the outskirts over here. There's some like older La Costa homes, a little bit older, a little bit more affordable, probably in the mid ones right now. Not as new as this, but it is another option too. And without this whole area, you know, if different price points, if 2.5 is a bit much, there are other options up here where you can hit all this stuff that we're going to cover today and live within this area, but not living right here. But this area, like I said, some of these lots are actually huge, which are, depending on where you are in this neighborhood, kind of these outskirts, this whole circle, there's like, in this little area, there's a big circle that goes around. Outskirts, you got some killer views looking in all different directions. But back to the lot size, some of them are really big. Room for pools, room for just kind of that outdoor space, that outdoor living that you like right here in San Diego. We're sitting right in the middle of November right now, and just gorgeous out here. I mean, it's probably about 68, 70 degrees, somewhere in that range. A little bit dry. We're having this like Santa Ana's cruise through right now, so surprised it's not windier today. I was expecting a bit breezy, where we have these winds coming from the eastern portion of the county as opposed from like the ocean. So it is warm, it is dry. This is kind of the time that happens a lot, and it's kind of called like fire season. I'll show you kind of the trails off to this way. Just a lot of that stuff is dry, you know. Most of it, there's not any trees, not many trees, but anyways, it is super warm today, right here in November. Let's cruise, check out a little bit more. All right, right back here is the Rancho La Costa Preserve. It is a bunch of hiking. There's some switchback trails up there. I'd only made it halfway up until maybe a month or so back. I actually made it to the very top of the hill. It's a nice hike. You get a little bit of extra exercise. If you're like a real hiker, you know, it's not crazy. One of the reviews I was reading, what it lacks in mileage, it makes up for in smileage. So super cheesy, but nonetheless, a lot of different trails up here. You will see a lot of mountain bikers cruising up there, so just beware of that if you're just walking, if you're bringing the kids out, all that. But right on the other side is San Alejo Hills, which we have mentioned a lot in past videos, but gorgeous views. You could look to the east, you could look down south. When I was up there, you could see all the way down to like La Jolla and stuff. You could look down to the lagoon down there. It's really pretty up there, and it's right off this neighborhood. So even if you're not living right here in this section of La Costa Oaks, it's pretty easy to get to. There's not any real parking right at this entrance here, but any of these neighborhoods, you could access that and shoot up there, check out the hiking. Through a lot of different areas in Carlsbad, you will see these high lines cruising through a lot of different neighborhoods. You'll know them when you see them. A lot of times you can just see them in the listing photo. So as you're looking around, if you like, I mean, if you don't mind it, it's fine. I don't dig them. I just don't like the view that they block. But there's these main corridors running through. If you guys have questions on certain neighborhoods or where, when you're searching about, well, you'll be able to see them. The best way is hop on a map, look up the address, and you could see these big trails cruising through, and some of the power lines are right in there. So you will see it in a lot of different neighborhoods right here in Carlsbad. Some of them, you know, this side and this side, they're pretty far. Sometimes it's a little bit closer, but it is just something to think about when kind of looking in different areas of Carlsbad. Hill's getting a little steep here, but back on the other side of the preserve right back here, there's on the other side of San Alejo Hills, there's a community, well, San Alejo Hills. It's got a ton of trails and some of them do connect back there. We went on a run maybe a few months back with some guys living up there, brought us through all these little trails, a few miles long. You kind of get lost back there. It feels like you're not in the neighborhoods. It's pretty rad. So if you like hiking and any of that stuff and getting kind of longer-ish trails for being in a kind of suburbs, right here, this whole area has got that for you. Here's Rancho Santa Fe, one of the main drags running through this area. Rancho Santa Fe is actually another area in North County, San Diego. And this road goes there, but it doesn't go straight. It goes, it ends, it turns into a Livenhain Road for like a few blocks, and then it turns into Leucadia Boulevard, which shoots right down to the beach. So from this neighborhood to the beach, once you get to Rancho Santa Fe Road, you're not that far. You're probably like a 15-minute drive, just straight shot. If you wanted to end at Beacons, if you wanted to go north to like Ponto or any of the Carlsbad beaches, or if you wanted to go south to like Cardiff, probably about 20 minutes or so. But nonetheless, this is the main corridor. It ends way up that way in San Marcos, and it's just the main drag kind of in this little section of Carlsbad. Now we're cruising to the La Costa Town Square. This is kind of like the main shopping center that's going to feed a lot of that area that we were just at, or like down the main strip. I wouldn't say this is like a destination, if you're going like out to dinner, any of that kind of stuff, like I'd probably recommend downtown Carlsbad or Lucadia or like downtown Encinitas. A few more options over there, but very convenient right here. Big store, you got your Vons, a few different little restaurants in here, the Starbucks kind of behind us. Right at the end, there's a nice little spot that Cassidy, who's usually in these videos with me, Bushfire Kitchen, right at the end here. So there are some staples in here. So I read that there's some newer stuff coming in here, some local flavors as well. I forget what they were, but I'll look it up and see if I could pop it in here. But anyways, if you're living in this area, it's very convenient that you have this within a quick little shot. You wouldn't go through the trails that I did. There's a lot of other roads and easier ways to get around than the way that we just cruised. So, all right, let's go. And I forgot to mention too, right over this away, one of the luxury theaters, one of the two Cinépolis in La Costa. So that upgraded movie experience. I think it's the only way to see a movie actually, where you got the lush seats, you got the food, you got the waiters, you got the beer, you got all the drinks and that kind of stuff. But that's also in this little center here. Now we're heading towards the park through one of the little trails cut through the community. This area right here is not La Costa Oaks, but it is a different area, a little more affordable back here. So like I said, sub that 2 million mark for sure, probably in the 1.5s depending on where prices go over this next little bit here. But all this feeds into the community park. Well, it's a Carlsbad Park, but you can easily get there from all these neighborhoods. There's a few trails that lead directly there, and you'll see kind of when we get there, but it's a pretty nice little spot. But also, you know, there's also some like condos and some other options over in this little area where you get all used to all these amenities that we just kind of cruise through, but a little more in the affordable range. Now we're at Stagecoach Park. I think it used to be like an old stagecoach stop back in the day, hence the name. But on the weekends, this place is popping. You got like soccer camps and, you know, football camps and that kind of stuff going on over here. The playground's over that way. There's usually like birthday parties and stuff going on. So what is today? Thursday. It's a Thursday, so you can see it's pretty wide open, but definitely on the weekends it fills up. Come out, have a picnic, explore. This is the bottom section. We'll cruise up to the top section, show you a little bit more, and let's go check out Stagecoach. So yeah, just a huge park, the gym, tennis courts, the baseball fields. There's another field way up there, and right back there, kind of on this hill over here, that's where we started. So we did a big loop coming all the way around. Rancho Santa Fe is over that way, loop back around this way, ended up right here. And this is one of the parks that in Carlsbad during the summer they have concerts in the park. Last time we came, they had the stage set up on the infield over here, and this place is just packed. Bring your blankets, bring your food, bring your drink, bring the kids, kind of cruise around, listen to some, I think it was like an 80s cover band, which was pretty sweet. And they got food trucks out here. It's just a good little vibe for those summer times. Other than that, a lot of sports and whatnot going on. So anyways, if you guys are thinking about moving to San Diego, you have questions, maybe it's this area, maybe it's other areas of Carlsbad, Encinitas, San Marcos, Oceanside, Solana Beach, any of those surrounding neighborhoods, hit us up, call, text, email. We got your back. We're moving in and around North County, San Diego. Catch you next time.